Are you living alone as you grow older and wondering if you're truly prepared for the challenges ahead? You're not alone, and what you don't know could be quietly impacting your safety, health, and happiness. In this video, we'll uncover the 12 most common mistakes older adults make when living independently and how avoiding them can transform your daily life. From preventing loneliness to staying organized and protected, these powerful tips might just change the way you see your golden years. Curious to find out what you might be overlooking? Let's dive in. Living alone in your later years can be a beautiful expression of independence, but it also comes with hidden risks, and isolation is one of the most dangerous among them. It doesn't happen all at once. Often it begins subtly. A skipped phone call here, a missed social gathering there, and before you know it, the days start blending into one another. The quiet that once felt peaceful now feels heavy, empty, lonely. This creeping disconnection is more common than many realize. In fact, studies show that social isolation can be just as harmful to your health as smoking or obesity. And yet, it often goes unnoticed, hidden beneath routines and silence. But here's the hopeful truth: isolation is preventable. And even if you felt the weight of loneliness settle in, it's never too late to reconnect, to breathe life back into your social world, one small step at a time. I once came across a heartfelt story of a woman in her early 70s who, after losing her husband, slowly withdrew from the outside world. At first, it was unintentional. She told herself she needed space to grieve, to process. But over time, that space became distance from friends, neighbors, even her own children. The home they once filled with laughter became too quiet, and the loneliness that followed began to affect her energy, mood, and even her physical health. But one day she made a small but powerful decision. She joined a local knitting group that met once a week at the community center. She didn't know anyone there, and she was nervous at first, but that one small step became her turning point. Over time, she built new friendships, found laughter in shared stories, and slowly began to feel like herself again. It wasn't about moving on, it was about moving forward. You don't need to join a large club or make a big social gesture to stay connected. Sometimes it's the small and consistent things that matter most. A weekly phone call with a friend or relative, attending a local church service, signing up for an online class or virtual group discussion. Even having a chat with your neighbor while picking up the mail can create a moment of connection that lifts the spirit. If mobility is an issue, technology can help bridge the gap. Learning to use video calling apps like Zoom or FaceTime can keep you close to loved ones, even across long distances. Online communities tailored for seniors offer group activities, support forums, and educational programs, all from the comfort of your own home. It's also important to remember that volunteering is a powerful antidote to isolation. Giving your time and talents not only fills your days with purpose, but also naturally connects you to others. One woman I read about began volunteering at a local animal shelter once a week. At first, she did it for the animals, but she soon found something she didn't expect: community. The shelter staff became friends, the routine gave her structure, and the feeling of being needed brought her joy she hadn't felt in years. So if you've been feeling isolated or you've noticed your world getting smaller, take that first step. Reach out. Say yes to an invitation, even if you're unsure. Start a small weekly tradition with a friend or family member. Isolation can grow quietly, but connection is built deliberately, one choice at a time. And if you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment below to let me know you are here. And if you're not subscribed, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any future videos. Your support helps us continue to create meaningful content that informs and inspires. Living independently should never mean living in isolation. You deserve to feel connected, valued, and seen. By being intentional with your relationships and staying socially engaged, you're not just avoiding loneliness, you're embracing the richness of life. Let's continue and explore the next step in building a vibrant, independent life. Caring for your health with consistency and love. Now that we've talked about the importance of staying connected and avoiding isolation, let's turn to something equally vital: your health. Because while loneliness can quietly affect your spirit, neglecting your physical and mental well-being can slowly take a toll on your entire quality of life. And when you're living alone, it becomes even more important to stay proactive. The truth is, without someone in the home to notice subtle changes or offer gentle reminders, it's easy for health routines to slip. You might miss a dose of medication and think, "I'll remember next time," or put off that doctor's appointment because it's probably nothing. But these small delays, when repeated, can quickly turn into bigger health concerns. I remember reading about a man in his late 70s who lived alone after retirement. For months, he kept meaning to schedule his regular checkup, but each week he put it off. It wasn't that he didn't care about his health, he just got caught up in daily life. And without someone there to prompt him, it slipped through the cracks. Eventually, when he did see his doctor, he discovered that a manageable condition had worsened. Thankfully, he was able to recover, but the scare taught him a valuable lesson. Your health doesn't wait for convenience. Living alone means you have to be your own advocate. Setting routines can be a game changer. Try using a calendar or digital reminders to schedule medical appointments, track medication times, or even block out time for daily exercise. Something as simple as taking a morning walk, stretching for 10 minutes, or preparing a nutritious breakfast can anchor your day in health and intention. But taking care of your health isn't just about your body, it's also about your mind and emotional state. Living alone, especially after the loss of a loved one or transition into retirement, can bring unexpected emotional challenges. Feelings of anxiety, sadness, or even emptiness may creep in. And while it's normal to experience a range of emotions, what matters is how we respond. One powerful reminder: you don't have to carry emotional burdens alone. If you're struggling, talk to someone. Reach out to a trusted friend, a family member, or a counselor. There is no shame in seeking support. In fact, it's one of the most courageous and self-loving things you can do. Therapy isn't just for times of crisis. It can be a source of insight, strength, and healing at any age. You might also explore simple mindfulness practices that support your mental health. Try journaling your thoughts each morning, practicing deep breathing, or sitting quietly with a warm cup of tea. These moments of stillness help you stay grounded and reduce stress, even on days when life feels a bit heavy. And let's not forget the power of nutrition. Cooking, for one, can feel uninspiring at times, but feeding your body well is a form of self-respect. Plan simple, nourishing meals ahead of time. Keep healthy staples on hand, like fresh vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. Even preparing 1 or 2 wholesome meals each week can build positive momentum that ripples throughout your life. Taking care of your health physically, mentally, and emotionally isn't about being perfect. It's about being intentional, about showing up for yourself, even on days when motivation feels low. Because when your body is strong and your mind is at peace, everything else becomes more manageable and joyful. If you're still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know you're still with me. Your engagement really matters. It helps us continue creating content that supports and uplifts. Remember, your health is your most precious asset. It enables you to enjoy your independence, connect meaningfully with others, and embrace all the opportunities that this stage of life still holds. So be kind to yourself. Make those appointments. Go for that walk. Drink the water. Laugh often, because you're worth every bit of care you give yourself. In the next section, we'll talk about something just as important: staying safe in your home, and why small safety steps today can help protect your independence for years to come. Let's keep going. Now that we've reflected on the importance of protecting your health, both body and mind, let's turn to something equally critical for anyone living alone: safety. Because here's the truth: no matter how healthy or independent you are, accidents can happen in an instant, and being unprepared can turn a small mishap into a serious setback. In fact, many older adults feel perfectly capable day to day until the unexpected happens. A fall in the kitchen, a slip in the shower, a sudden dizziness while reaching for something on a high shelf. These moments can change everything. But here's the good news: most household accidents are preventable with a few simple but powerful safety adjustments. Let me share a story I once read on a senior living forum. A woman in her 70s, healthy, independent, and proud of living alone, had a minor fall in her kitchen. She wasn't seriously injured, but she couldn't reach her phone for hours. The fear, the helplessness, the realization that she had no way to call for help shook her. That experience became her wake-up call. She immediately invested in a personal emergency response system, one of those devices worn as a necklace or bracelet that lets you call for help with the press of a button. It gave her peace of mind, and more importantly, restored her confidence in living alone. This is exactly the kind of proactive step that can make a world of difference. If you're living alone, consider taking a walk through your home, just like we talked about building routines for your health. This is a routine for your safety. Look at your space with fresh eyes. Is the lighting adequate in hallways and staircases? Are there rugs that could trip you up? Are commonly used items within easy reach? Lighting is one of the most overlooked safety elements. Poor lighting, especially at night, can increase your fall risk. Install night lights in bathrooms, hallways, and bedrooms to help you safely navigate after dark. Consider brighter bulbs in stairwells or entryways. It's a small investment that pays off in a big way. Grab bars and handrails are another important addition, especially in the bathroom or near stairs. Even if you feel steady now, these supports can prevent a sudden loss of balance from becoming something more serious. And if your home has slippery floors or sharp corners, consider adding non-slip mats and corner protectors. You might also want to assess the layout of your furniture. Is there a clear path through every room? Are there cords or clutter in the way? Creating an open, obstacle-free environment is key to maintaining mobility and preventing accidents. Let's also not forget home security. Living alone can sometimes make you feel vulnerable, especially at night or during storms or power outages. Installing a basic security system or even a video doorbell can help you feel more secure in your space. Simple tools like door and window alarms or motion sensor lights can add another layer of peace of mind. If all of this sounds like a lot, start small. You don't need to overhaul your home overnight. Prioritize the areas you use most, like the bathroom, kitchen, and bedroom, and make gradual improvements from there. Ask for help from a loved one, a neighbor, or a handyman if you're unsure where to begin. Safety is not about fear, it's about empowerment. It's about taking control so that you can live freely and confidently in your own home. And if you're still with me, still watching this video and finding value, please comment 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't already, subscribe and tap the notification bell so you don't miss future videos that help you stay informed, safe, and inspired. Remember, your home should be your sanctuary, not a source of worry. With a few thoughtful safety measures in place, you can enjoy the freedom of independent living while also protecting yourself from avoidable risks. In the next section, we'll explore another hidden danger of living alone: unhealthy habits that can quietly take root and pull you off course. But don't worry, we'll also look at simple ways to replace them with life-giving routines. Let's keep going. Now that we've covered how crucial it is to create a safe and supportive home environment, let's talk about something a bit more subtle but just as important: your daily habits. Because while one fall or accident can happen in a moment, unhealthy routines tend to develop slowly, often without us even realizing it, and over time, they can take a significant toll on our physical and emotional well-being. Living alone offers a wonderful kind of freedom. You set your own schedule, make your own decisions, and follow your own pace. But that same freedom can become a quiet trap when there's no one around to help keep you accountable. It might start with a skipped meal, a few too many hours watching television, or pushing off that afternoon walk just for today. Before long, those small choices become habits, and those habits can quietly steal your energy, your health, and even your joy. I once read the story of a woman who, after her husband passed away, found herself falling into a pattern she hadn't expected. She stopped cooking meals for herself. Instead, she would snack on chips or cookies in front of the TV because it felt easier and less lonely than sitting at a table by herself. At first, she didn't think much of it after all. It was just food. But over time, she noticed she was gaining weight, sleeping poorly, and feeling sluggish. What she realized later was that she wasn't just feeding her body, she was feeding her emotions. Her habits weren't nourishing her, they were numbing her. What changed for her? One small decision. She chose to prepare just one real, balanced meal a day. That tiny act of self-care sparked something within her. Soon she was adding more fresh foods to her kitchen, turning off the TV during meals, and even trying out new recipes she'd always wanted to explore. It wasn't about going on a strict diet, it was about reclaiming her health and her sense of self. This is the kind of shift that anyone can make at any age, and it doesn't need to be complicated. Start with simple, sustainable habits. Plan your meals ahead of time, even just a few each week. Go for a daily walk, even if it's just around the block or inside your home. Stretch in the mornings to loosen your joints and set a positive tone for the day. Drink water regularly and limit overly processed snacks. Limit screen time, especially before bed, to improve sleep quality. Equally important is paying attention to how you cope with loneliness or boredom. Are you reaching for food when you're feeling down? Skipping meals out of disinterest? Spending hours scrolling on your phone to pass time? These moments are understandable, but they're also opportunities to choose something better for yourself. Instead of reaching for the remote when the quiet settles in, try listening to music, calling a friend, reading a book, or tending to a small hobby. If you love plants, start a mini indoor garden. If you enjoy movement, try a gentle online yoga class or dance to your favorite oldies in the living room. These small shifts can bring purpose, pleasure, and wellness back into your daily routine. And if you're still watching this video and finding these reflections meaningful, please comment 3 below to let me know you're here. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss a future video. We're here to support you with content that truly matters. Your habits are the foundation of your independence. The way you treat your body and mind each day adds up to the quality of your life. So if you've noticed yourself slipping into a routine that doesn't feel healthy, don't judge yourself, just take the first step back toward balance. In the next section, we'll shift to something many people don't even realize is holding them back: the emotional and physical burden of maintaining a home that no longer fits your lifestyle. It might be time to ask, is my home still serving me, or am I serving it? Let's find out together. In the last section, we explored how small, unhealthy habits can quietly creep in when you're living alone, and how simple, intentional changes can help you feel more energized and in control. But there's another area that can just as subtly weigh you down: your home. Your house may be filled with beautiful memories, the echo of family gatherings, the warmth of holidays past, and the comfort of routines once shared. But as life changes and you find yourself living alone, it's worth asking an important question. Is your home still serving you, or are you now serving your home? What once felt like a blessing, extra rooms, a large yard, endless storage, can slowly become a source of stress. Maintenance tasks pile up. Cleaning takes longer. Small repairs become harder to manage, and all of it can quietly sap your energy and joy. I remember reading the story of a woman who held on to her family home for years after her children moved out. She loved that house with all her heart, but over time, the weight of maintaining it, cleaning unused rooms, dealing with repairs, tending to the yard began to overwhelm her. She felt guilty at the thought of downsizing, as if letting go of the house meant letting go of the memories. But eventually she realized that holding on to the house was costing her peace of mind. When she finally moved into a smaller, more manageable space, she discovered something unexpected: freedom. Less upkeep, less worry, and more energy to enjoy her life. Downsizing isn't the only answer. If your home still feels right for you, that's wonderful, but there's no shame in asking for help. Whether it's hiring someone to mow the lawn, clean the house, or help with small repairs, you deserve support. Living independently doesn't mean doing everything alone. In fact, accepting help can be a powerful way to maintain your independence longer. Consider simplifying your space. Clear out unused items that are collecting dust. Rearrange furniture to make movement easier. Focus on making your home feel like a sanctuary, not a list of chores. And if you're still with me, watching this video and reflecting on these ideas, please comment 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell. Your support means the world and helps us continue creating meaningful content for you. Your home should be a place of peace, comfort, and rest, not a burden you carry alone. Let's keep going. In the next section, we'll explore something deeper: how to avoid losing your sense of purpose, and why it may just be the most powerful part of aging well. After reflecting on how your home environment can either lift you up or weigh you down, there's a deeper, more personal space we need to talk about: your sense of purpose. Because even if your home is peaceful and your routines are in place, there's something essential that truly gives life meaning: waking up each day with a reason to look forward. One of the quietest struggles of living alone, especially after retirement or the loss of a loved one, is feeling like you no longer have a clear role in the world. Without a job to go to, children to raise, or a partner to care for, many older adults share that the days begin to blur, and with that, a sense of direction fades. You're not just lonely, you're unsure of why you're here. But let me assure you, your life still has deep, lasting value. You still have wisdom to share, kindness to offer, and stories only you can tell. This chapter of your life isn't the ending, It's an opportunity to rediscover what lights you up inside. Think about the hobbies or dreams you put on the shelf years ago. Maybe you've always wanted to paint, write, garden, or learn a new language. Maybe you felt a tug to volunteer, to mentor, or to share your experience with someone younger. These aren't just ways to pass the time, they're lifelines to fulfillment. Purpose doesn't have to be grand, it just needs to feel meaningful to you. I recently came across a story of a man who, after retiring and feeling aimless, began mentoring at a local youth center. He didn't think he had much to offer, but the impact he made on those young lives was profound. In turn, he found something he didn't realize he'd lost: a deep sense of connection and joy. He wasn't just giving, he was growing. You might be surprised at how much light you can bring into the world, even in small, quiet ways. A handwritten card, a garden you tend with love, a phone call that brightens someone else's day. These small acts create ripples that matter. You are still watching this video and finding these insights valuable. Please comment below to let me know you are here. And if you are not already subscribed, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Your support helps us continue to create good content to inform and inspire you. So if you've been feeling like the days are a little too quiet or that something is missing, try asking yourself, what brings me joy? What makes me feel useful, creative, or connected? Then take one small step toward it. Your purpose isn't something you lost. It's something waiting to be rediscovered. And as we continue, we'll talk about one more common challenge older adults face, feeling like they have to do everything on their own. But as you'll see, there is quiet strength in asking for support. Let's explore that next. In the last section, we explored how rediscovering your sense of purpose can reignite joy and fulfillment, even in the quietest seasons of life. But there's another challenge that often goes hand in hand with living alone: the belief that you have to handle everything by yourself. It's a mindset many older adults carry, sometimes without even realizing it. You may feel proud of your independence, and rightly so. You've likely spent a lifetime caring for others, managing responsibilities, and overcoming life's obstacles with resilience. But here's the truth: being independent doesn't mean doing everything alone. This belief can become a quiet burden. Whether it's struggling to keep up with housework, feeling overwhelmed by errands, or managing medical appointments on your own, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking, I don't want to bother anyone. Or worse, if I ask for help, it means I'm not capable anymore. But the reality is quite the opposite. Asking for help doesn't take away your strength, it reinforces it. It shows wisdom, self-respect, and a clear understanding of your limits. And more importantly, it allows the people who care about you to show up for you. I remember reading the story of a woman who was deeply hesitant to ask her adult children for support. She worried they were too busy, and she feared appearing needy. So she pushed through doing everything herself, even when it exhausted her. It wasn't until she opened up and shared how overwhelmed she was that her children stepped in, not with judgment, but with love. They were happy to help, and she realized she hadn't been a burden at all. She had simply been loved, and that love had been waiting patiently for a place to land. Whether it's asking a neighbor to help carry groceries, reaching out to a friend for a ride to a doctor's appointment, or hiring someone to assist with cleaning or repairs, these aren't signs of weakness. They're steps toward living well. You're not giving up independence, you're enhancing it by ensuring your energy is used where it matters most. And don't underestimate the power of building a small support circle. Maybe it's a trusted friend, a family member, a kind neighbor, or someone from your community or church. Just knowing you have people you can call, people who care, can relieve so much stress and bring a sense of peace. Technology can help here too. Consider setting up group chats with family, using apps that track appointments and medications, or even joining an online community of peers who understand your journey. Connection and support can come in many forms, you just have to reach out. If you're still watching this video and these ideas are resonating with you, please comment 5 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss videos that offer insights, encouragement, and support. Your presence and your support help us continue to create meaningful content just for you. You've spent a lifetime giving to others. Now it's your turn to receive. And that doesn't mean losing your independence, it means surrounding yourself with the strength and care you deserve. Living alone doesn't have to mean going through life alone. There are people ready to help you, just have to let them in. Next, we'll look at the environment you live in and how it impacts your day-to-day well-being. Because maintaining a peaceful, organized home isn't just about cleanliness, it's about nurturing your mind and protecting your spirit. Let's talk about how to make your space truly support you. In the last section, we talked about the quiet strength of reaching out, how accepting support doesn't diminish your independence, but actually protects it. And just as emotional support strengthens the spirit, your physical environment plays a powerful role in supporting your overall well-being. That's why today we're focusing on a space that often reflects how we feel inside: your home. When you're living alone, your home becomes more than just a place to sleep or store belongings. It's your refuge, your comfort zone, your world. But if that space becomes cluttered, chaotic, or neglected, it can begin to weigh on you more than you realize. A disorganized home can quietly drain your energy, cloud your mind, and stir up feelings of stress, sadness, or even anxiety. One woman shared a story online that touched me deeply. After losing her husband, she stayed in their family home, surrounded by years of shared memories. At first, it brought her comfort, but over time, she stopped caring about the little things. The mail piled up, dishes sat in the sink, and clutter collected in corners. She didn't think much of it until a friend came to visit and gently asked if she was okay. It was only then that she realized her home had become a reflection of her grief. It was disordered, not just physically, but emotionally. Together, they started small, clearing one corner, organizing a closet, opening the windows. As the space cleared, so did her spirit. Reclaiming her home became a step toward reclaiming herself. You don't need to do it all at once. In fact, the best approach is to start simple. Choose one drawer, one room, or even one surface and tidy it. Throw away old papers, put unused items in a donation box, and keep only what brings comfort or purpose. A clutter-free space doesn't just look better, it feels better. It helps your mind breathe. Here are a few simple ways to maintain a nurturing home environment. Create clear pathways to reduce fall risks and make moving around easier. Keep essentials within reach: your phone, glasses, medication, so you're never scrambling in a rush. Add touches of joy: a favorite photo, a cozy blanket, a plant by the window. These small things matter. Let in natural light and fresh air whenever possible. A well-lit home lifts the mood and brings warmth to your day. And if certain tasks feel overwhelming, like deep cleaning, organizing storage, or maintaining the yard, this is another perfect moment to lean on the support we discussed earlier. Whether you hire someone or ask a loved one for help, you deserve a home that works for you, not the other way around. You are still watching this video and finding these insights valuable. Please comment below to let me know you are here. And if you are not already subscribed, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Your support helps us continue to create good content to inform and inspire you. Your home should be a place of peace, a space that brings calm, comfort, and clarity. When your environment is well cared for, it supports your daily routines, your health, and your sense of self. It becomes a reflection of your inner strength and intention. Next, we'll talk about something many people don't expect when they live alone: losing track of time. It might sound harmless, but it can have a quiet impact on your structure, motivation, and even mental clarity. Let's explore how to create daily rhythms that keep you feeling centered and purposeful. In the last section, we explored how your physical space, your home, can either support or subtly sabotage your emotional well-being. When your surroundings are calm and clear, your mind feels more at ease. But there's another invisible factor that can shape how we feel each day, especially when living alone: the passage of time. When you no longer have a structured schedule, no job to go to, no kids to wake up, no daily appointments, you may find the time starts to blur. Monday feels like Thursday. Morning melts into afternoon. You might start asking yourself, what did I even do today? At first, it can feel like freedom. No alarm clocks, no rush, no obligations. But over time, this lack of structure can create a quiet sense of drifting, of feeling untethered from the rhythm of life. And when every day starts to feel the same, it can quietly feed feelings of loneliness, low energy, and even depression. I remember reading the story of a man who, after retiring, was thrilled at first to have full control over his time. But weeks in, he noticed something was off. He was sleeping at odd hours, forgetting what day it was, skipping meals, and feeling mentally sluggish. He realized that without structure, he'd lost his anchor. So he made a decision not to go back to a rigid schedule, but to introduce gentle structure into his life. He began waking up at the same time each day. He created small rituals like having coffee on the porch at 8 a.m., walking after lunch, and reading before bed. These little time markers brought purpose back into his days and helped restore a sense of flow and clarity. Creating structure doesn't mean packing your day full of activities or adhering to a strict routine. It's about giving yourself a framework, something to hold on to, something that signals movement and meaning in your day. Here are a few simple ways to bring structure into your life. Wake up and go to bed at consistent time to support your sleep and energy levels. Designate certain days for specific tasks like grocery shopping, laundry, or phone calls with loved ones. Create morning and evening routines, even something as simple as making your bed and opening the curtains. Schedule time for enjoyable activities, such as a daily walk, journaling, or working on a hobby. Keep a calendar visible, marking birthdays, events, or even your own personal milestones to look forward to. When you give shape to your day, you're less likely to feel like life is slipping by. Instead, you feel rooted in the present, with moments of joy, productivity, and rest all having their own place. And if you're still watching this video and these insights are helping you reflect on your own routines, please comment 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you're not yet subscribed, I recommend subscribing and turning on the bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Your support helps us continue creating meaningful, uplifting content just for you. Time is one of your most precious resources, and while you may not be able to slow it down, you can certainly make the most of it by giving each day intention, even in small ways. In the next section, we'll talk about a topic that's often emotional but truly freeing: letting go of things we no longer need. because sometimes holding on to too much physically or emotionally can hold us back from truly living. Let's talk about how to honor the past while making room for the future. In the last section, we reflected on how easy it is to lose track of time when living alone, and how adding gentle structure to your days can help restore clarity, purpose, and peace. But time isn't the only thing we sometimes lose track of. We also hold on to things, memories, and belongings long after they serve us. And while there's nothing wrong with cherishing sentimental items, holding on to too much can quietly weigh you down. When we live surrounded by objects tied to the past, it can create a sense of emotional clutter, especially when those items represent loss, change, or years gone by. The things we keep are often deeply meaningful, tied to people we've loved or seasons of life we miss. But sometimes, instead of honoring those memories, we use the items to avoid letting go. And over time, this can trap us in a space that feels more like a museum of the past than a home for the present. One story I came across was from a woman who had lost her husband several years prior. She kept every piece of his clothing, every letter he wrote, even the receipts from restaurants they had visited. Her house had slowly filled with boxes and bins, not because she was careless, but because she was afraid that letting go meant forgetting him. But over time, she realized something powerful. The memories didn't live in the objects, they lived in her heart. With help from her children, she began the slow, thoughtful process of releasing the things she no longer needed. She kept the most meaningful items, a favorite jacket, a photo album, a few handwritten notes, and donated the rest. She even took photos of some objects to keep digitally, without needing the physical space. When she finished, her home felt lighter, clearer. She said it was the first time in years that she felt like she could breathe again. Decluttering isn't about erasing the past. It's about making space for the life you still have ahead of you. And it doesn't have to be all or nothing. Start small, a single drawer, one closet, one shelf. Ask yourself, does this item bring me joy or peace? Or is it simply taking up space physically or emotionally? Here are a few ideas to help you begin. Keep what's meaningful, not everything. Choose items that truly bring comfort or happy memories. Take photos of objects that are sentimental but no longer needed. That way, the memory stays even if the item doesn't. Pass treasures on to loved ones who will cherish them. Sometimes the act of giving brings healing and connection. Create a memory box with letters, photos, or small mementos to honor your history in a beautiful, contained way. Letting go is never easy, but it's one of the most loving things you can do for yourself. You're not giving up the past. You're making room for peace, freedom, and new experiences in your present and future. If you are still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment 7 below to let me know you are here. And if you're not already subscribed, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Your support helps us continue to create good content to inform and inspire you. Your life is not defined by the things you've collected, but by the love you've shared, the lessons you've lived, and the memories you carry with you. Freeing yourself from unnecessary clutter is not about forgetting, it's about moving forward with grace. In the next section, we'll explore something often overlooked but incredibly important: being prepared for emergencies. Because peace of mind comes not just from decluttering our homes, but from protecting our safety and independence too. Let's keep going. In the last section, we talked about how freeing it can be to let go of belongings that no longer serve you, and how creating space in your home can also create space in your heart and mind. But as you clear out the unnecessary, it's just as important to make sure you're equipped with what's essential. And that brings us to a topic that often gets pushed aside until it's too late: emergency preparedness. When you're living alone, the thought of a crisis like a power outage, medical emergency, or severe weather event can feel overwhelming. It's easy to think, that probably won't happen to me, or I'll deal with it if and when it comes. But here's the truth: being unprepared during an emergency can leave you vulnerable, frightened, and without the help you need when you need it most. One man shared his story online after experiencing a sudden winter storm. The power went out for 2 days, and while he had enough food in the house, he hadn't charged his phone, didn't have backup lighting, and couldn't contact anyone for help. He described the experience as one of the most isolating moments of his life. After that, he made a promise to himself: never again. Preparing for emergencies doesn't mean living in fear. It means living with confidence and control. It's about knowing that if something unexpected happens, you've done everything you can to stay safe and supported. Here are a few simple but powerful steps to get you started. Create an emergency kit. Include basics like bottled water, non-perishable food, flashlights, batteries, a first aid kit, necessary medications, a phone charger or power bank, and warm blankets. Have a list of emergency contacts. Include family, neighbors, doctors, and local emergency services. Keep a printed copy in a visible place like on the fridge, and program them into your phone. Invest in a personal emergency response system, PERS. These wearable devices let you call for help with the push of a button. They're especially important if you're prone to falls or have a medical condition. Ensure your home is equipped for power outages. This might include battery-operated lights, a portable radio, or even a backup generator if you live in an area with frequent outages. Stay informed. Sign up for local alerts about weather events or community emergencies. Knowing what's happening around you gives you time to respond wisely. Also, think about what emergencies are most likely in your area: storms, earthquakes, extreme heat or cold, and prepare accordingly. Preparation doesn't need to be complicated, it just needs to be thoughtful. If mobility is a concern, talk with a trusted friend or family member about how they could help in an emergency. Would they be able to check on you? Could you stay with them if needed? Having a plan brings peace of mind not only to you, but to the people who care about you. And if you are still watching this video and finding these insights helpful, please comment 8 below to let me know you are here. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Your support helps us continue to create good content to inform and inspire you. Emergencies are rarely convenient, but they are a part of life. The difference between panic and calm often comes down to preparation. Taking these simple steps isn't just about surviving a crisis, it's about protecting your independence and preserving your dignity through whatever life throws your way. Next, we'll explore the final piece of this important puzzle: your financial health. Because being organized with your money isn't just practical, it's empowering. Let's talk about how to make your finances work for you in the years ahead. In the last section, we talked about the importance of being prepared for emergencies, because when you're living alone, even small disruptions can feel overwhelming if you're not ready. But there's another kind of preparedness that's just as essential, and it can have a lasting impact on your peace of mind: staying financially organized. Money may not be the most exciting topic, but the truth is, your financial well-being is a pillar of your independence. And just like emergency readiness, financial clarity gives you confidence, freedom, and the ability to make choices that serve your best life, not just react to the next bill or unexpected expense. When you're living on your own, it's all too easy to let financial details slip through the cracks. Maybe the paperwork starts piling up. You forget to cancel a subscription. You miss a due date. These things may seem minor, but over time, disorganization can lead to unnecessary stress, late fees, or even loss of services. It can also make it more difficult for your loved ones to help you if something unexpected happens. I read the story of a woman who thought she had her finances under control until she finally sat down and realized she'd been paying for 3 streaming services she didn't use, automatic subscriptions from years ago, and was months behind on organizing her medical bills. She wasn't reckless, just overwhelmed. Once she took the time to review everything and asked her daughter for help organizing, she felt like a weight had been lifted. She said, "I didn't even know how much that mess was stressing me out until it was gone." That story is a reminder that financial disorganization is often invisible until it starts affecting your daily life. But getting back on track doesn't have to be hard or intimidating. Here are a few practical ways to simplify and manage your finances with confidence. Set up automatic payments for essential bills like rent, utilities, or insurance. This ensures you're never late, even if life gets busy. Review your bank and credit card statements monthly. Look for duplicate charges, unfamiliar subscriptions, or services you no longer need. Keep your important documents in one secure, easy-to-access place. This includes bank information, medical insurance, power of attorney, and your will. Use a simple folder or notebook system, or try budgeting apps designed for seniors. They can help track spending and keep things organized. Create a list of all your financial accounts, passwords, and contact info for trusted family members or your power of attorney in case someone needs to step in and help. And remember, asking for help is not a weakness. It's a smart way to protect your peace of mind. If financial organization feels overwhelming, reach out to a trusted family member, a financial advisor, or even a community service designed to support older adults. There are many professionals who can guide you through the process with kindness and clarity. If you are still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment 9 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Your support helps us continue to create good content to inform and inspire you. Money isn't just about dollars and cents. It's about freedom, stability, and dignity. When your finances are in order, you can live with less stress, make thoughtful choices, and feel secure knowing that your future is protected. As we wrap up, take a moment to reflect. Are there any small steps you could take today to feel more in control of your life? Whether it's a financial task, a safety upgrade, or a phone call to someone you care about, those small steps can lead to a life that feels more grounded, empowered, and joyful. Thank you for being here. You're not alone on this journey, and the best is still ahead. One of the most meaningful lessons from this content is the quiet but powerful truth that living alone does not mean facing life alone. As we grow older, the rhythms of life change, routines shift, roles evolve, and the noise of a once busy household may give way to silence. But within that stillness lies opportunity to reconnect with yourself, rediscover purpose, and redefine what independence truly means. True independence isn't about doing everything without help. It's about making thoughtful choices that protect your well-being, bring you peace, and keep you connected to others. Whether it's staying on top of your health, creating a safe and comforting home, maintaining social ties, or getting your finances in order, each small decision becomes an act of self-respect. Letting go of what no longer serves you, asking for support when needed, and choosing to live with intention can turn your later years into a time not of decline, but of quiet strength and renewed joy. Life may slow down, but it never stops offering moments of growth, connection, and beauty if we're willing to embrace them with open hearts and gentle courage. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Please share in the comments one insight you gained and how you plan to apply it in your life. Your feedback is invaluable and keeps us motivated. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your support enables us to continue creating content that informs and inspires. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.